Welcome to Firearms of America. Today, as you guys can see, I have another pair of Salomon something. But this is not like a usual Salomon box. This looks kind of fancy, S Lab. Let's see what it is. Because these are, yes, the fancy department of Salomon called S Lab. Not S Lab, but like letter S. You get the point. Cross. Here they are. Yes, currently $200 on Amazon. The link is in the description below. These are sort of the professional trail running shoes from Amazon. Yes, kind of like Lexus of Toyota. Whatever, you get the point. So, let's start the review. As some of you already know, this review is not just a regular review. This review is specifically for my Ultimate Survival boots section. Basically, if these, I know these are not boots, but if these were the shoes that you were wearing, maybe you were trail running, or maybe you just like to wear something like this on a regular basis, I don't know. Maybe you had it in the house, laying around, and something bad happened, and you had to leave your house, and then run and walk and not take these for days and days until you get to the safety. And maybe on the way you had to fight and climb and do whatever's necessary to survive. Would these Salomon SLab Cross be good for your survival? Would they contribute or not? How do we make judgment? We make judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin. Criteria number 1, of course, comfort level. One of the more important ones. And in order to test the comfort level of all the boots and shoes that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run non-stop and then a 5-mile walk, again non-stop, on the variety of different surfaces. So let's talk about the Salomon SLab Cross. Overall, I do like the comfort. There are a few factors that contribute and sort of take away from the comfort level. Let's start with one of the more important ones, weight. Of course, the lighter the better, right? The easier to run, the longer you can walk. So let's see how heavy or light these are. This is, by the way, size 10. Holy cow. Of all the whatever I reviewed on this channel, I have never seen that kind of number on this weight scale. 8.5. Wow, I love lost for words. 8.5 is extremely lightweight. Unbelievably lightweight. I mean, it's just nothing. To kind of give you the weight numbers to have a reference, usually I say, if you want something that feels lightweight, that you can walk for extended periods of time, that you can run without feeling that weight on your feet, without feeling fatigue and stuff like that, you want something under 20 ounce, all right? This is 8.5, so this is more than half of that. So this is extremely lightweight. So obviously, whenever it comes to weight, running in this, you practically don't feel nothing at all. All right, let's talk about a few other things that contribute and take away from the comfort level. All right, let's start with the inner sole. Now, the inner sole here is not removable. It's kind of implemented into the shoe itself, as you can see. There isn't much of the shape going on to the inner sole, but there is a decent arch support. Unfortunately, I can't really show you very well because it's dark, everything is black in there, but you can definitely feel it. There is some arch support. It's not very cushiony, all right? So if you do prefer more of the jelliness, more of the cushioness, if that's a word, probably not. You get the point. In your shoe, you're probably not going to be very happy with this because it goes pretty much straight into that harder rubber. And speaking of that harder rubber, I will talk more about the outsole overall, but this is one of the things that kind of takes away from the comfort level if you are using these shoes on flat surfaces. Literally anything flat, you know, marble, tile, tarmac, asphalt, concrete, whatever flat surface you can find where there is nothing for these grooves to dig into, you definitely feel that. You definitely feel that discomfort. So I know that these are designed specifically for trail running, but sometimes you come across some rocky surfaces, some flat surfaces on the trail too, you know, so I think Salomon should have kept that in mind a little bit. Not gonna complain too much. After all, I'm not a trail running expert, and apparently these were tested by top trail running athletes. I don't know if there is such a thing, but I guess there is if they did. But in my personal opinion, and reviewing hundreds of shoes and boots on this channel, I think Salomon could have done a little bit of a better job by implementing a little bit more of the jelly inner sole in here to kind of give you that balance so that you can use them on a more of a variety of surfaces without sacrificing the comfort. Alright, speaking of other things that contribute to the comfort, is we have all of these very soft material. In fact, this is not just your regular kind of material, this is called Matryx, which is some kind of French fancy fabric that Salomon implemented here, which is super lightweight, very breathable, and very soft. So there is nothing pressing on your foot in any way. So comfort wise, definitely very good. And this gaiter that Salomon implemented here definitely feels very good too. It kind of wraps around your foot and gives you very good support as well. So overall, on the comfort level, I think it could have been better, but it is overall pretty good. All right, keep that in mind. Let's move on to the criteria number 2 now, proofing and protection. Now, not much to talk about here. Proofing wise, the only thing that I can mention here is that this gaiter gives you some kind of protection from debris getting into your foot, which I do like this gaiter a lot. I think every hiking shoe or hiking boot should come with the gaiter to kind of, for that specific purpose, to protect you from the debris getting in there, especially if you're running. Definitely helps. Add some support, add some kind of comfort or wraparound. I personally like it. But that's really it. These are not waterproof, keep that in mind. And whenever it comes to the protection, again, there is really not much to talk about here. Everything is soft, so if you do have anything falling, like the shoe off my desk, if you do have anything falling on the shoe, you're definitely gonna feel it. You're not gonna like it because everything is so soft. And the same thing goes for the gaiter. So there is really no ankle protection. The only protection that you're getting is from the bottom. You have the contact grip, which is a very nice tougher rubber that Salomon is using on all of their, most of their, well, so far all of them that I've tested, shoes and boots, that gives you that protection from the bottom. But that's really it whenever it comes to proofing and protection. Keep that in mind. Let's move on to the criteria number 3, quality and the design features. Now, quality-wise, Salomon, they are really one of the best in the industry whenever it comes to outdoor stuff. Hiking boots, trail running shoes, they know what they're doing. They have been doing this forever. These are newer from them, so they don't really have a lot of reviews. Again, the link is in the description below if you want to check out the reviews. I think there's like less than 10, but these are newer, so it will grow, all right? Plus, they're expensive, and so in very specific use, right? So it might not grow that fast as some of their more mainstream hiking boots or trail running shoes. Keep that in mind. And the design features, here usually I talk about the lacing system, and here you can see that they use their quick lace system, which I absolutely love. Very easy and fast to put it on and take it off. All you do is you slide this little thing down here, and then you roll the excess string, and then you stuff it into this little pocket up there, and that's it. It takes away from you tripping over these strings, right? So tripping hazard disappears. And I do like the quick lace. Another reason why I like it is because it gives you that tightening kind of nicely and proportionally, right, throughout the foot. So it kind of adds to the overall comfort and support. So definitely great job there, Salomon. Let's move on to the criteria number 4 now. Outsole, traction and stability. Now, like I said in the beginning, whenever I do my run, I do it and walk. I do it on a variety of different surfaces, starting from older asphalt and then the newer tarmac, and then I'm going into the sand, dry sand, wet sand, and then the grass, both wet and dry, and then I go into the trail, and then there is a rocky road, and then concrete, and then finishing up with some marble and tile. So, like I said, on the flat surfaces, not very comfortable, not very good stability overall, because these are so high and so aggressive. All right, you have that kind of wobbly feeling on these, and because they're so long, they also tend to kind of bend a little bit. So if you're running and you're doing a quick stop, you have that kind of wobbliness, if you know what I mean. Definitely feel it. However, whenever it comes to sand, dry sand, dry grass, wet grass, this performs absolutely phenomenal. One of the best. Excellent, excellent on that kind of stuff. So overall on your regular typical trail run, this will be fantastic. However, if you occasionally have a kind of a trail that, which I do here, that's why I'm kind of speaking from the experience, that goes in between some concrete and some rocky road and some asphalt trails implemented into the trail, then that might be a little bit of a problem and you're not gonna like it very much. You know, like for example, the trail that I do my trail runs at, it has a little bit of asphalt, a little bit of concrete, some rocky road, and it also has some wooden kind of like bridges. And that's not gonna feel on that stuff. No, on flat surface, it's not gonna feel that good. Not very good balance, stability, and not very good comfort because they are so long. I think Salomon could have gotten away. What they could have done is they could have made them a little bit shorter but more aggressive. As you can see, they are rounded up, so they're not so sharp. I think if Salomon made them a little bit shorter and a little bit sharper, I think it would have been better, and these trail running shoes would have been a little bit more balanced for more of a variety of trails, if you know what I mean. But again, like I said, for most of the trails, this is gonna be great. You're gonna like it because what they're made for, they deliver. All right, they do their job. Let's move on to the criteria number 5 now, the temperature. Now, obviously, these are not made in any way to be used in the winter, cold temperatures. But testing them in the hot temperatures, they're definitely unbelievably breathable. So it's almost like you are not wearing anything at all except having these aggressive grooves on your outsole, right? Very breathable. So for summertime, for spring, for fall, great. Now, whenever it comes to the criteria number 6, the sizing, this is one important thing that I wanted to mention. These do run on the bigger side. Usually, I recommend all the time getting half a size bigger than your normal shoe size for your trail running shoes, for your hiking boots and stuff like that, for your hiking shoes. Here, however, definitely no. I would say probably go half a size smaller because they do run a little bit big. Keep that in mind. Now, I got myself, so give you an example, I got myself usually my normal shoe size, dress shoes, sneakers, 9.5. So I got these in 10, were definitely bigger, so I had to get myself, in order to do my testing, the separate pair, which I always do, I had to get them in size 9, and the 9 was, the fitment was pretty good. So keep that in mind. Let's move on to the criteria number 7 now, the balance of application. Now, if this really was your ultimate survival shoe, right? Ultimate survival trail running shoe. Well, would this be good? Would it help you to survive? Well, I mean, if you prefer the lightness, if you want something as light as possible, and if you live somewhere in the middle of the woods where your escape scenario, right, is gonna be running through the woods, and you need, you know, the outsole like this, and you want it as light as possible because you're a good runner and you know you can run for 10-15 miles straight to get away from danger, and obviously you don't want anything slowing you down, this is a fantastic option. Yeah, I think this is probably as good, not best, as good as you can get whenever it comes to the trail running shoes. I mean, these are, the lightness, I mean, just phenomenal. Now, could they be better? Yes, I think they could be better. Personally, I would prefer them a little bit better, with a little bit more weight, with a little bit more protection in the toe, with a little bit less of this length for the grooves and more sharpness, and a little bit more of a inner sole that gives you better kind of impact protection from running. Not that you're gonna need much in these if you're running just on the on the regular trail, but still to give you a little bit more of a balanced application, I think they could have been better overall. And the very last criterion number 8, price. So, like I said in the beginning, these are currently $200 on Amazon. Yes, exactly $200. The link is in the description below. What do I think about the price? Well, it's freaking expensive, alright? That's what I think. Definitely on the expensive side. Are they worth it? Well, I mean, I don't know, alright? If you are really doing this, if you're very serious and you're super professional into this trail running and stuff like that, and your trails, they are strictly certain types of trails, perfect for this sort of outsole, yeah, for sure. You can say, yeah, of course, $200 easily, not a problem. These will last, this will do good, I will invest into that. But to me personally, whenever it comes to being more balanced and more applicable to different situations, I could spend $130, $140 and get much better, for me personally, trail running shoe from the same Salomon. Like, for example, XA Pro. Now, I don't want people to kind of get upset and say, hey, you cannot compare this professional SLab Cross to non-professional XA Pro, whatever. But it's to me personally, XA Pro is just a little bit more of a balanced hiking shoe. It's not as light, it's not as fancy, right? But it does have the features that I find a little bit more balanced. But again, if you are very, very, strict, specific into your trail running, into your certain type of trail, and, you're gonna appreciate the freaking lightness. I mean, this is just phenomenal. This is the lightest shoe I ever had on my channel. Amazing, just amazing. So, let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about this SLab Cross from Salomon? What do you think about this review? If you found this review useful, hey, consider subscribing, consider hitting that like button, that definitely helps. And if you're planning to buy these SLab Cross from Salomon after watching this review, hey, make sure to use the link that I provided in the description below. This is the Amazon link in case if you're buying from Amazon. And what that does is it's not going to charge you anything extra. You will pay the same exact price if you just type it up on Amazon and bring it up. But I do get some percentage from Amazon for sharing the link. So it's kind of your way of saying, thanks, this review was useful. So as always, I appreciate your time. If you have any requests for reviews, drop them in the comments below. I always look out for those, and if I come across the stuff, I do it as a priority. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.